Rivers of America closing date announced. New details on Piston Peak, which is what we're calling Carsland at Magic Kingdom now. A debut date and info on the Walt Disney World Nighttime Parade, Disney Starlight, Dream the Night Away, and more in today's episode of the Diz Unlimited podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode. I am Rhino, the executive producer at the Diz Unlimited, and joining me for this discussion today, we have Dreams Unlimited travel agent Teresa Eccles.
Hey, hey.
We have Diz theme park correspondent Chloe Ferreira.
Hey, howdy, hey.
And the one and only Hannah Anderson. My God, Hannah, you got to start eating something.
She's looking rough. Too long on the beach.
We'll order you a sandwich later.
Hey, y'all. It's me. I love Dolly Parton and ranch dressing and crazy stories.
It's the best Hannah I got in me. Sorry.
Her feet are freaking. I don't like her feet. I need to not look.
She's got
that
little
way.
dangling feet underneath the
Feet are just like floating in the air over there. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's funny. Before we dive into today's news and discussion, I wanted to tell everyone that this and everything that we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip. You help support the channel and all of the content that we make here. I got distracted because there was a loud bang near me right now. I think they're doing construction in this building.
Just now, you heard it?
Yeah, I just heard something out of my ear. It might have been in the microphone.
I think that was just in your head. Did you hear it, Chloe?
Well,
I heard something out there. I thought there was a knock at the door.
I believe
they
are replacing all of the air conditioners in the building one unit at a time.
It's the calling you're hearing.
Yeah, well, God, who knows? But yeah, if you want to learn more about how you can get a free, no obligation quote on your next Disney vacation, you can head over to dreamsunlimitedtravel.com today. I believe we have some Dreams agents in the chat. Obviously, we have one sitting here with us.
Teresa Eccles. Let's shout out to Susan.
Susan, I see Susan.
Susan, she said, mention me. I don't know why she won't be my friend anymore. She's a good agent.
Susan Kelly's in the chat right now.
Is she?
Yeah.
I can't say what I call her in person, can I? It begins with a B.
No, save it for the Patreon after show.
Okay.
We'll see if Susan's a part of that group.
She's also the godmother of my new baby, Sophie Bell.
Yeah, that's a cat, for anybody that's wondering.
Yeah.
Oh, I know you were wondering, Hannah. I turned off the television in the studio so these guys can't see what I'm doing on the thing right now. So these jokes are wasted on my live studio audience right now. But
wasted.
Yeah, we're going to invest in some bleachers in here, I think, at some
bleachers?
point.
The nosebleeds where they're like laying on the top of the tile.
Yeah.
Medieval style.
I want like a 3-row bleachers like at like Fort Wilderness or something, so people could watch us from over here. We'll have like popcorn and
wow.
You know,
you gonna charge for that?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I definitely want somebody to like come in with like an old timey, like sell some cigarettes and popcorn.
$3 cover.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, cigarettes, popcorn, peanuts here. That sort of situation. That's my dream.
That's hilarious.
I dream small.
You do. If that's your dream.
Dream small, princess.
It's a sad little dream.
Well, I do want to let everybody know this is also brought to you by our Patreon supporters. If you want to learn more about how you can get exclusive content from different members of the Diz team, you can head over to patreon.com/DizUnlimited. And today we are going to be doing a Patreon post show following a little bit of a lunch break after this. But we do that for everybody in our $5 and up tier. Chloe does a podcast on there. I do like a rambling video every now and then. There's exclusive videos. Hannah has her hot takes on there. There's a lot of fun, different type of content that we're always working out in there. We do a happy hour, a couple times a month because I've just become dependent on it. And things like that. So if you want to learn more, patreon.com/DizUnlimited. All right, so I also want to acknowledge, last week I talked about the passing of my father, who suddenly died on May 19th, and I do just want to say thank you. There was just an overwhelming amount of, like, really nice comments on the video on the podcast from last week, and people reached out and stuff like that. It's been a journey for sure. I'm not emotionally... it's hard because for me, the thing with grief is 1 minute you're okay, and there is this reality... I don't remember if I said it or not, but my father's being cremated, and I don't think he's been cremated yet. And you're like, that body's just sitting in a refrigerator somewhere. hopefully not like my stepmother's or something, but like in an official capacity. But like, and that idea is weird. I've never known anybody get cremated before, but it's been a very slow process. And then I'm going to have to go to Massachusetts at the end of the month for some services and things like that. And I'll let everybody know about that. But that's the part where I'm kind of like, the dam is plugged right now, but I'm not, I know it's going to get worse, I guess, is what I'm saying. And so, I saw there was a lot of people who reached out and talked to me about how they lost their parents. I know I had a conversation with Teresa about that and sort of this thing, how it changes your life. And I think one of the beautiful things that we do here, that the Diz has kind of always sort of done, is have this like community of people that we sort of love. It brings us together over this thing we love, and it provides us with some of this space to do many things in, to have joy, to have grief, to have whatever
food.
Food is the number one for me. Food, drinks, conversations. I like that the Diz does that, but I also love that that's one of the things I love about like the parks that sort of do that. These themed environments, both Universal and obviously Disney, and It's a really interesting thing. I'm glad we have these coping mechanisms because there could be worse ones. So just a big thank you to everybody out there. And I wanted to just see, how are you guys? How was your week going? Sorry, I've made it so much about me in the last.
It's all about you.
Yeah.
It's all about
good.
you.
Yeah,
Even when I'm home.
I planned this.
Even when I'm home, it's all about Rhino.
Yeah.
That's all we talk about. Rhino.
Welcome to my mother's life.
No, Teresa, you were talking about your cat a little bit ago. You have to rename her.
Sophie Bell. Yeah, she's more of a Cruella now, or a Havoc the Destroyer. I'm not sure. She's just... Okay, so she's, 3 months old now? 3.5? So she's in her terrible twos. She's learned how to run. She's learned how to eat plants. She runs the circle of our living room using my head when she gets to where I'm sitting, and bounces off the top of my head to keep...
That's love, baby.
It is. And
That's
then
love.
all of a sudden she just passes out. It's like, okay, I'm tired. And just lays down. It's like, oh, she's so cute.
But you want to rename her to Cruella?
No.
You think?
Well, maybe just as a nickname.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good nickname.
Because she comes to Sophie. She knows her name is Sophie. But when I say other mean, horrible things to her, when I'm trying to get her to stop doing something, she runs from that. So, But she's
so cute.
Yeah, she's really added a nice little element of unexpected joy to my life. I love her. Love her to death.
Now, I know Hannah went on a fishing trip.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit more about that, Hannah?
Looks like Bruce got her.
She's been...
Jaws 50 what?
That's what you get for having those Bloody Marys right over the side of the boat.
Is she really on a fishing trip?
Yeah.
Is she living on the boat?
Shockingly was, yeah.
She's not living on the boat. She's just going out on these excursions.
I don't know her life.
I don't know.
What
She
if
sent a photo
Can
of...
you imagine if Hannah just moved to a riverboat? I mean, it does check out, I feel like, in the absurdity of her life, that she would
Summer
just
on
be
a
like,
boat.
laissez-les bon temps rouler, everybody, and she just took off on a riverboat and became some sort of
riverboat?
Yeah, I imagine it's a riverboat.
Oh, it's not out on the open... I thought it was like out in the ocean.
Oh, girl, I have no idea.
It's a riverboat?
No,
I
Teresa, I think it's a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Chloe, what about you? What's going on with you?
I'm trying to figure this out.
Every time before we start these shows, I'm like, I'm going to talk about something fun I did, and I can never remember on the spot what I did over the weekend. I do remember I went to one of my friends' birthday parties, and it was themed to Muppet Vision 3D, but it was called Muppet Vision 30 because she turned 30 along with her twin sister. So there was like all the snacks were themed to Muppet Vision 3D, and there were little photo ops with decor and stuff, and it was really fun. And all that to say, Muppet Vision 3D is closing this Saturday, guys. How are we coping? What are we doing? How many times can I fit it in this week?
So weird it's closing on a Saturday and not like Sunday. Like the end of the weekend.
Yeah.
They're like, no.
Yeah.
Right
That combined with like the stuff we're about to talk about today, I'm in a rare form, or unrare form, I should say, I guess.
Well, I think that's a great segue because I think we should just get into it and talk about the big story of the day, which is that there's a Rex meet and greet coming to Disney California. But no, I'm gonna talk about that.
You wore
later.
the best shirt for that.
I did plan that out appropriately. But for us, it's Westward Ho! What'd you call me? Earlier today, Disney dropped some new details on the Cars Land that everyone is very thrilled about coming to Magic Kingdom. I think it's like universally accepted and praised. Everyone's very happy about it, right?
Oh, totally.
Welcome to Piston Peak National Park.
You did what in your peak?
Excuse me? Chloe wrote up this article, so I'm going to let her take us away on this automotive journey about the future of Frontierland and Magic Kingdom. Yeah,
Yes.
so take it away.
We'll get into all of the closing date fun in a bit, but for now, Disney has released more information on the new Cars themed land replacing Tom Sawyer Island and the Rivers of America at Magic Kingdom. What is called Piston Peak National Park takes place in the world of Cars, the Pixar Cars franchise, featuring 2 new attractions. Piston Peak National Park was originally featured in Planes, if you've ever watched that one.
Oh, yeah, the hit film?
You know, also
Yeah.
taking place in the world of Cars, shown as a combination of Yosemite and Yellowstone, but this version will be influenced by the Rocky Mountains, complete with snow-capped peaks, rivers, and geysers. The Land Central Race Rally attraction, that attraction we've all seen the concept for over and over again, will feature characters from the world of Cars driving off the beaten path in pursuit of the fastest lap in the West. Now, you might be wondering, how in the world does this fit in Frontierland?
Chloe, I have a question for you.
Yes.
How in the world does this fit into Frontierland?
Thank you for asking. Well, many wonder this, but
Sorry, keep
We're-
cutting
we're-
to Teresa just staring at you by accident, and it's just making me laugh. Sorry. Teresa, are you wondering how this is going
I
to
am wondering where you're all going with this, but go ahead.
Yeah, go
honestly,
ahead.
though,
Sorry.
what does this look like or sound like in the middle of what we know is a tranquil Frontierland waterway, right? We go over to Rivers of America
Babbling
to
brooks.
ride the long boat ride around Rivers of America
Go to the
just be.
island.
I like watching the fireworks from there. It's a nice kind of, off the beaten path, as they say, way to just relax in Magic Kingdom. Well, Walt Disney Imagineering ensures the sightlines and the storytelling of the existing Magic Kingdom land won't be disrupted by the new motored residents and their race rally environment. Imagineering said techniques will be used to hide the world of Cars, similar to those techniques used in Mount Prometheus at Tokyo Disney Sea, where the theming is disguised from certain angles and different lands. For the Magic Kingdom, this means the view from Liberty Square will have appropriate rockwork and a large waterfall, which can be seen on the new fun map of Piston Peak from Disney. Along the bottom left corner, if we had that art
I do
coming
have
up.
that. Here you go.
Thank you. We're going to explore this map a little bit more as we're talking about this, because you
Well,
can see.
Especially that guy down in the corner over there. Oh, wait, you just said that in the right
Yes.
corner, right? Sorry.
Well, no, yeah. No, the bottom left corner is
The left corner.
Yes, bottom left has the rock work and the waterfall that you'll see from the Liberty Square area.
Hey, water.
Yeah, this is a lot.
Dry
little bit more
land is
water.
not a myth. I've seen it.
But you can kind of also see like Tiana's Bayou Adventure as a whole just looks like a little hillside and looks like the waterway kind of continues into that waterfall from Tiana's.
Oh, yeah. In the top
and
middle
then
part there.
We'll get into it, but Thunder Mountain also has a play into this, so they're kind of working with the theming of Frontierland into this new Cars land, if you will. So Big Thunder Mountain's geyser field will extend into Piston Peak, where guests will be able to walk along pathways and see rainbow pools up close. Love that. The area will also feature a large geyser that will erupt like Old Faithful, called the Old Tankful. Get it?
Sorry.
I know. In addition to the
Wait,
sightlines.
so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, is the implication then that it's just like spewing out gas and oil?
I don't think so. I think it's just nicknamed that. Because, like, if you look at Radiator Springs or Carburetor County, whatever, in Cars Land at DCA.
Wait, is that what
It
it's
is-
called? Carburetor County?
Yeah.
Wait. Radiator Springs is the name of the town
Yes.
that exists within the voting territory of
Carburetor County.
I learned something today.
Yep. Change your voter card.
Yes, it was just-
So, I mean, like, all that is a natural setting, you know? There's, like, nicknames for things that are like cars, but it's still a natural, Route 66 setting, right? All right. So, addition to the sightlines, Imagineers are actively working on plans to mitigate the sound pollution, particularly from the main racing attraction as well. Because, I mean, we're going to hear, woohoo, we won, like in the middle of Frontierland. Okay. Also seen on this new fun map is Ranger J Audubon Woodlore, based on Audubon Woodlore from the Donald Duck and Humphrey Bear shorts, which I think is a cute little touch. He will serve as Piston Peak
I like his
National Park's
glasses.
central character. he will appear as an animatronic in the Rally Race Attractions pre-show as well. So I added a note, based on... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I think the pre-show is supposed to be like the lodge or something, right? Like it's the... I'm trying to see it on the map. I wish I had blown this map. Literally, this came out like an hour before we were about to do the show.
They talk about it. They talk about it in this down below. The headquarters are actually going to be the queue for a new family-style attraction that they haven't released details on just yet. But there is a lodge that looks like that's going to be like the main queue and pre-show area for the big racing attraction. You mentioned it before. I did a side-by-side of the original concept art with this new little fun map. And granted, this is like a very animated illustration. But it seems like there's a bit more water than what was initially promised. Yeah. So I'm glad to see that because, every little bit helps with the ripping of the Band-Aid of closing Rivers of America. And also I kind of zoomed into the map a bit. You can see that there's going to be some barrel bridges, kind of like how Tom Sawyer Island has in some of the little waterways it looks like we'll be able to explore that. So that's nice. There'll be some Easter eggs for what was previously there.
You think?
I hope so. I really hope so, Teresa.
I do too.
Rhino, why don't you take it back and talk about the closing date?
Yeah. Well, when one attraction opens,
yep,
others close. That's the thing. I think we that's what we talk about. So with the opening of one land comes the closing of another. On July 7th, the Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer Island, and the Liberty Square Riverboat will permanently close as work ramps up around Magic Kingdom. The Walt Disney World Railroad will run its full circle route around Magic Kingdom through the end of the day on July 6th, and then starting July 7th, the train will only travel between Main Street and Fantasyland. The complete loop.
Back and forth.
Yeah, but the craziest part about this whole thing is the complete loop will not return until Villains Land opens. What?
When
is that?
On my 85th birthday? When is that?
Yeah, that's the part that is, I don't even know.
Okay,
because
I need to get over there with someone so I can just put my tears in that water and cry. And I don't like change. I'm looking forward to new things a lot, but just add them somewhere else. Don't take things away that
I think it is wild to me that we're not going to have a full train loop for what looks like 15 years, 10 years. Let's conservatively say it's like 10 years. I am getting
Are you serious?
Some echo.
I was joking. Is it really going to...
I mean, well, think about the process of Carsland, of Piston Peak or whatever it's called. Is it Piston Peak?
Yes.
From that announcement, I will say this is moving along a lot faster than I thought it was.
So when's Piston Peak going to be done?
I think bare minimum 5 years.
Seriously?
Well, how long did it take to build Galaxy's Edge? It was like four years or something like that, and that had a lot less moving parts than this does. And so that's the part where I'm like, we're looking at 4 to 5 years for that. I don't think Villains Land is even remotely close to getting started, and that's the part where I'm also like, what like, so I conservatively, like, if we want to take the betting pool, I don't think the train's going to run again for 10 more years. We're talking the mid 30s if you want to feel old.
And we just got it back from Tiana's. Remember when it was closed for like 4 years?
I already felt old. Thank you.
My goodness.
The
like that's a good piece of, it's an attraction to Magic Kingdom, but it's also a key piece of transportation around the park.
Yeah. I mean, I just also, it's hard. It's a little hard. Oh my God, my microphone. There's something wrong with my microphone arm today. That's like pulling my mic away and then moving it, and it's so frustrating. It's hard to stomach that we're losing both the riverboat and the train, and these are very, I think, essential iconic attractions. And just in terms of that sort of the idyllic American,
it's the park
Americana,
and theme park,
sort of thing. The whole theming that this was supposed to be what is it? Is the America that never was and never will be, or something like that. There's like a phrase about that when it comes to the theming of like, I know it's Main Street USA specifically, but I also feel like that sort of like falls into it. I think a Magic Kingdom without a train though is insane. I would say the train is more essential than the riverboat, because I never thought there'd be a day we wouldn't have the riverboat.
Agreed to do this way.
Not Rivers of America. No, I don't
No,
think so.
and the train, the whole.
I hate to be, dramatic again, but
Again?
a lot of fans feel this way too. Is this seems like the worst decision they've ever made when it comes to theme park changes? Like, why couldn't they build this anywhere else? Why are they paving over an entire waterway and taking away another long form attraction of the boat ride? The boat ride's a slow moving, relaxing boat ride through Frontierland. Anybody can ride it. I don't know.
It's iconic.
It is iconic. Like the scenic element of it, the attraction for everyone element, and it's starting to take away that park element of a theme park, and I don't like it.
It just tears at my heart. I'm sorry.
No.
I mean, I will say this. Speaking, I like to do the pros and the cons, I think is where I'm at with this sort of stuff. And
yes, let's bring some pros in here.
I will say aesthetically, like looking at the fun map that they have now, is, hold on, I'm trying to, I just can't see what's in front of me right now because the screen. I'm trying to pull it up where I could show the entrance to the ride that I was talking about earlier, but I can't do it right now.
That's okay.
It's stressing me out. So, positively speaking, aesthetically, like this fun map that has been released.
Why do you keep calling it a fun map? Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they call it, because it's not normal concept art. It's like a cartoon version of
Yeah.
it. It does look way better than I expected or anticipated. I guess my worst fear was it was going to be like a dirt pile. And I don't see that, and that is nice, so I appreciate that. And aesthetically, I love the sort of almost, this is more prevalent, I think, in Hook than it is in Peter Pan, but like the sort of multi-seasonal aspect of it. Like I can see snow, and I like that sort of almost Pacific Northwesty vibe I'm getting from it. Yeah. And we don't know anything about the family-friendly attraction yet. I do appreciate the thing about being like, we're trying to be very sensitive to how it'll sound in the rest of the park.
I'm very appreciative for their notes on the sight lines and the sound, because that is another big part of why we love Disney's parks so much.
Well, and I do think it's interesting they brought up sight lines, because I know that has been a complaint for a years now about sight lines when they built the Skyliner, all this stuff. So I do appreciate that it sounds like they're listening. I know there is a comment in the chat. I see it right now that we're being too nostalgic about stuff and the riverboat being outdated. I understand that it's not a thrilling attraction. I understand that's not this thing, but it is also, I think about it in a perspective of people, especially in 2025. Like, this is a part of life we're never going to see ever again.
Yeah.
And that, that's the part that I kind of worry that gets taken away. But I'm not anti this theming. I think I'm just taking longer to come around on it. I know you brought up, Chloe, about where you'd walk. I'm just really curious, like, because I could see Thunder Mountain and how you'd walk in that and Tiana's Bayou, but it does look like the shifting of this looks like it's in kind of a different. I'm just curious what it's going to be like when we walk from like Haunted Mansion over to here. Is that walkway completely gone? And what does that look like for the next 5 years while we're trying to go to Country Bear Jamboree or Tiana's Bayou or Thunder Mountain, right?
So, I mean, you can kind of see it because along the left side of the fun map, you can see the little town area of Frontierland where the general store is.
Can you put the map back up? So
yeah, he's got it. Country Bear Musical Jamboree is. That's all on the upper left area of the map. So that's where you'll be able to kind of walk along. It looks like trees on the right side, and it looks like, zooming in, it looks like there's still like a boarded pathway along some of it. So that'll be pretty.
It does.
Leading back to Tiana's and Thunder.
To me, it does still feel like you're going to be walking in those same places and still have water on your side. And that this really, a big chunk of this concept art, I guess, is Tom Sawyer Island then. Mm-hmm. And I'm fine with getting rid of that. I'm not going to be that person who's going to. That's not the hill I'm dying on. You know what? I'm going to embrace the future. I'm excited. I'm excited for new things. I am hesitant, obviously, because of for the reasons I've said before. In the end, if we end up with something that is like how Carsland is for me when I'm at Disney California Adventure, fantastic. Because I'm not the biggest fan of the Cars franchise, just mentally, but I love that area and the vibe it creates. If Walt Disney World can create a vibe that's very specific to this, I can't wait to see how it happens. So I want to say that I have both positive and negative within me.
Something that is of note, how you can kind of tell the rock work is up against the Liberty Square side. On the bottom left, the station for the riverboat is still there. If you zoom in, if you're able to zoom in.
I can't. I've been trying, and I can't get this stupid thing to
anybody
do
at
it
home
right now. I just
find the image and zoom in, screenshot and zoom in. On the bottom left, you can still see the riverboat station. So that's very interesting. I wonder if that'll be there for like a little historical piece of Liberty Square. Maybe they'll have some snapshots of the boat or something. Who knows? But
I'd love it if it just was parked there. Just park it. Just park it there. Same way they're doing the trolley at the entrance of DCA. Just leave it there for the ambiance.
Me too.
Photo op, whatever. Character
Right.
meet and greets on the ship. Never leaves, but maybe we still meet like Tiana out
Trying to
there.
do
or something,
quick
so.
service. I'm good.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Quick service. Seating.
Polly's on the boat.
Put seating out there.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. I want to move on because we do have a lot of other stuff
Yes.
to talk about. I know that is a big one, but the next one is we finally have a date for the debut of the brand new nighttime parade happening at Walt Disney World this summer, and that parade is called Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away Parade. It's going to begin its run at the Magic Kingdom on July 20th, 2025. Originally announced at D23 2024, the ultimate Disney fan event, this new nighttime parade is a production that blends modern entertainment technology with familiar Disney storytelling charm. Guided by the Blue Fairy's magic, the parade aims to bring the dreams and wishes of beloved Disney and Pixar characters to life in a procession of lights, music, and movement. Disney has shared look at a bunch of the floats, and apparently we've now been confirmed the order of said floats, and I put that together for us, so let me go over that with you. First, we've got the Blue Fairy goes out purse first, or I should say wand first, and flying in right behind the Blue Fairy is Peter and Wendy. Okay, first of all, I just want to say this about this concept art, and I've noticed it in the other ones too. It's a little creepy because I feel like the art of the floats is nice and interesting, but the way they superimpose the characters on it is they're almost like lifelike, and you'll see it more when we get to the later image, but it's one of those weird. It's like when they do a cartoon, but then there's like a real person on top of the cartoon, and I'm always just I don't. But flying in, like I said, right behind them, we've got Peter and Wendy. Now, don't worry. You all got your wish, because coming up behind this one, I did this for every one of them, is Asha from, I guess, the hit film Disney Wish. She's got her goat friend, whose name I always forget. It's like Antonio or something like that, isn't it?
Salvador or something.
Salvador?
I can't remember.
All right.
It's a pretty float.
Wait, this picture's way far away. The little goat friends, that little thing in front of her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like a little baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. And we will be talking about the next group because it's La Familia Madrigal, including Mirabel, Isabella, and Bruno. This float actually looks really cool because it's got the candle on it. I'm very excited for this.
Bruno.
I do really enjoy this
Bruno.
film. We can't let it go just yet because we have Elsa following in. Whoops, I ruined this. Elsa was on the first slide, but that's Disney's fault. They released them too close together. So Elsa's going to be icing her way through the streets after that. But maybe we'll never be royals. But this next group screams Regency.
Did you write this?
Yeah. It's Aurora and Prince Philip, Tiana and Prince Naveen, Belle and the Beast, and Cinderella and Prince Charming. I said Cinderella weird, didn't
Never
I?
be royal.
See? Okay, you got my joke, so I do feel better about it.
Sadly, I got it.
Okay, the next group is such a hit, they won't need you to ask if you remember them.
Oh, I
It's
can't wait for this one.
Miguel, Pepita, and the float just is beautiful. It looks like the orange bridge with all the leaves.
And Dante.
And Dante, yes. I think this one's going to be, honestly, for me, this is like a highlight. Now, you ready for this one?
Mm.
I choo, choo, choo. Oh, no, wait.
Oh, Lord.
I ruined my segue. Someone get that little girl who sang to the delayed airplane on the horn, because we have the one and only Moana. She's coming in hot. Did you guys not see that video of that like 12-year-old girl singing "Every move I make, everything I take, blah blah blah" in the phone on a delayed flight, like a 2-hour delayed flight? I don't know
that
who.
just I saw that.
Yeah, who
I didn't
let
listen
her
to
get
it.
on a thing? That's my worst nightmare.
Oh, she went on like the intercom.
She was on the intercom singing on the thing, and I was like, "No, girl, this ain't it." I mean, she sang just fine. No comment to her, but my God, parents, not everyone is the main character. I choose this next group because it's Goofy and Pluto pulling along Donald and his deadbeat lady friend Daisy and their shining locomotive float. We've also got Snow White and Dopey in a minecart, Flynn Rider and Rapunzel on that boat they were in for that lantern scene. You know the one. Aladdin and Jasmine on a magic carpet ride, and someone calling an exterminator because we have 2 big mice closing out this parade. The one and only Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Do you think they know they have the same last name? I would get a genetics test going on that one. Also, we do have a better look at their costumes as well that I can share here. It's giving
Disneyland 60.
It's giving a little space agey sort of like thing. They're not quite as lit up as I expected.
Yeah,
right?
I can't wait to see them on the floats.
Yeah.
White shoes. Oh.
Yeah, Mickey in the white shoes in a theme park. You crazy girl?
After September 1st?
Yeah,
What the heck?
you in danger. But I don't know. I am actually
You're in danger.
I'm actually genuinely excited for a nighttime parade. And it's cool that it's not like we're getting a recycled parade from somewhere else. It's like a brand new parade, and these floats do look like a lot of fun, even if I fumbled my entire delivery of all of this.
Oh no, it was funny.
Go back
still.
to the one with Goofy leading it. That one.
The finale float?
Yeah, the finale float. Okay, so
This
him,
train looks really cool.
the
to me,
train,
though.
him riding up there in the head of the train.
Yeah.
It makes me think of when he's at the end of the parade and he's got the big candy thing and he's pedaling the big bike.
Well, it reminds me of Main Street Electrical, because isn't he in
Yeah.
the train in that parade?
Yeah,
He's a little
bit like
and also
that.
Runaway Railway. He's what
But
could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, that's what it's giving me. But then
Could
I think this
possibly
is like Casey Jr. because the train has a face. And
Yeah,
and
it does
I
look like
and,
Casey Jr.
Yeah, right?
Oh my gosh, are we getting Casey Jr. in Fantasyland? No, I'm just kidding. I wish.
Yeah, when? Yeah, let me ride.
Right?
I'd like to ride in your boost any day of the week. You know, I started the sentence and I didn't
Rhino.
want to finish it.
Oh, no,
No,
Rhino.
please, but
No,
you
no,
no.
no.
No,
thank you.
I'm very excited for this parade. You know,
Yeah.
people it's the elephant in the room. People keep talking about Epic Universe.
see
What's Disney
Dumbo.
going to do?
Nailed it.
Oh, I wish he was wasn't he in the
He
original
flew in
Main Street Electrical
Fantasyland
or
or
Spectrum
something.
Magic or something? He was in a parade at one point. He had like a little circus float
I think it was Main Street Electrical Parade once upon a time, maybe.
or Spectrum. Maybe.
Am I crazy?
I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. Anywho, people are often comparing, like, how is Disney going to respond to Epic Universe? Spoilers, they're not really going to. But this is the way to get people over to Magic Kingdom. Even more people over to Magic Kingdom, because I'm sure you saw the news with this. This is the first time pass holders are going to have to make
Oh, that's my
a
next
park
story.
reservation.
We're in
Okay,
here.
good.
Don't worry, we're going to talk about that
Wait, go
too.
back. Wait,
But-
when's this parade start again?
July
July
20th.
Of this year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, right around
something
the
in
corner.
my lifetime. Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, surprise, surprise.
Yes.
Yeah, can't build a parking garage in under 5 years, but here we go. Whatever. Shade. That's the thing. Carsland has got to be the demonstration of them being able to put the pedal to the metal, yes, pun intended, on these projects, because Universal built a brand new 5-world. I'm going to call it 4-world. Sorry, Universal. 4-world theme park that I think is a success. Also, I know this is a crazy place to interject this, but I know that some of the talk online is because it finally started raining here again in Florida, and so there's been a lot of down things, and people are like, there's nothing to do in this park when it's down. Do you know Epic Universe has the most amount of functioning attractions of a Universal park when there is inclement weather? It's like 6 or something like that. and one only has 5 and the other one only has 4, and it's more than some of the Disney parks, but it's the perception is that it doesn't. And I was like, that's interesting. I saw like a listing of it online, and I was like, huh. Either way, whatever, it's cool. Check it out on your next. You know what? You're coming in July. I think there's tickets available to Epic Universe. You should do both.
Sure is.
I do love the idea of this nighttime parade, not only because it's the return of a nighttime parade, but it also means I think we're going to get a little bit of Magic Kingdom going into the later hours of the night.
Please.
Because if you're not familiar with Sunset in Florida, right now it's like 8:30 p.m. So I'm guessing this parade cannot happen before 9 at like the absolute earliest, but I hope it happens really dark. But it could be like a closing parade. You know, in place of like fireworks or with fireworks. I don't know.
In place of or in addition to?
Sometimes in addition to, but I also think it could be instead of fireworks being the thing like, good night, it's the end of the night. You know, it could be the new, like it's the end of the night. Because I think
Please leave.
Well, Mickey's Not So Scary, they do 2 parades, right? And like the last parade is like the last thing you can do before you leave. Or is it Castle Show? I lied. I think it's the Castle Show is the last thing you can do during Mickey's Not So Scary. Anyway,
yes,
You
correct.
lie.
We did get a picture at some of the merchandise that I also want to show you a little bit of because I don't know, I've got some feelings on some of this. So I thought this one pictured was a towel. That's a throw blanket. To
claim your spot for the parade.
Yes, I do love that because at Disneyland, if you've ever been to Disneyland, the locals and everybody there, blankets are littering the main street when it's a Friday night and the families are coming in to watch the parade. And I kind of love it. It adds like a nice little fun reminds me like the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so... Sorry, I lost my place in
Talk
my
about
script.
the merch. What
Yeah,
about
so
the merch?
there's a Disney Starlight logo tee that's on this purple shirt that has like Mickey in his new costume with some swirling magic on it, and it says Disney Starlight. It's a little on the nose for me. There's some light up Mickey ear headband. They're actually mini ears because they have a little bow because, you know, of course we're getting ears when there's a thing because obviously, and a Disney Starlight trading pin that's the same logo that's on the t-shirt because of course we're getting a pin. And then there's what looks like hold on, I'm going the wrong way. It is a light up bubble wand that's going to sync with the music from the parade. It looks a little bit like a suppository, so like something that's supposed to, whatever. I personally enjoy things that light up and sync with the shows. I feel like it adds to the atmosphere. This bubble wand the wand part is so long. I think kids are going to start using them like lightsabers. And
that's what it looks like.
You know, there's going to be like beating people with it or something.
Probe.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a probe aspect to it, 100%, especially the hand being the way. It's just it makes me giggle, but I hope it is a success because I do love when like when everybody's got like the light up things and it just adds to that sort of atmosphere and ambiance. They showed 2 here, but I think it's just showing.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Showing the different way that it lights up and stuff. But the fact that it lights up and it's a bubble wand, I love a double feature.
Right?
You know,
I do love bubbles.
Yeah.
When they're walk through bubbles and kids are.
Free bath.
I love that.
Well, it feels very cinematic. You know,
I just absolutely love that when kids do that. I just love it.
In addition to the merchandise, there is going to be a special popcorn mix heading our way called, ready for it? They really stretched the boundaries on this name, Starlight Popcorn. I'm not
Sounds
being
like movie theater.
I'm being a little sarcastic today, and I don't love that. So this new blend is themed to celebrate the parade and will be available exclusively at the Main Street Confectionery in Magic Kingdom on the first night of the parade's debut. Guests can enjoy a star-kissed mix of bubblegum and blue raspberry candy, popcorn, M&M's, milk chocolate candies, mini marshmallows, and white chocolate drizzle. This sounds disgusting to me, but hey, each his own. I used to eat bubblegum ice cream, so I'm not really here to judge people. You know what I mean?
Is there going to be a new popcorn bucket?
No, it was
Probably
in like a
eventually.
disposable thing. So, but I would imagine there would be. Oh my God! Speaking of that, and I didn't add it to this. Have you guys seen? Oh, sorry, I literally turned it to you right when you turned to cough.
Sorry.
It's going to go.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's so funny. I'll have to watch that later.
These, do I have one with me? No, I don't. But there's these new series of Christmas ornaments, and they came out at Disneyland first.
Christmas?
They're literally the miniature version of popcorn buckets. So they're supposed to be popcorn buckets, but when you push on them, they open wherever the popcorn would be inserted in it normally, and they light up. So they.
The popcorn lights up.
Have
Yeah.
you seen these?
I have one.
Have you ordered them for me for Christmas?
Well, I have one. I didn't know
that's
it
so
was going to be
sweet
a
of you.
series because it started with the 70th popcorn bucket, and I was like, I don't want this popcorn bucket. But then they literally made the miniature version.
Like an R2D2.
I brought one here. It must be in the office.
Where is it? Go get it.
And
Go get it now.
I'll show it on the after show if I can.
Okay.
But they're like almost $30, which is crazy. But and the audio, they're saying if you're watching this live, the audio is not working. It's going through on our end, so maybe just hit the refresh if you're watching this. Sorry. But anyway, they're really cute. I didn't realize they were going to do other ones because I saw there was like an R2-D2 one. There was one that was the popcorn bucket of Elliot the Dragon from the Main Street Electrical
Yeah.
Parade, which I actually have that popcorn bucket too. So I was like, well, I need that ornament now. So this is a really new fun series of ornaments that I think is going to be really, really popular. So what Chloe was talking about earlier, I want to bring that back up too, because this is kind of a big deal. Of course, because of the unexpected demand for this new nighttime parade, Walt Disney World has announced that for a limited time, I've lost my breath, limited time beginning January 20th, 2025, annual pass holders visiting the Magic Kingdom at any time of day, including after 2 p.m., must have a theme park reservation. Pass holders will be able to continue to enter Epcot, Disney's Hollywood Studios, and Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park after 2 p.m. without a theme park reservation. Annual pass holders may continue visiting the theme parks without a theme park reservation on a good-to-go day or after 2 p.m., except on Saturdays and Sundays at Magic Kingdom Park prior to July 20th, 25. For me, personally, I still find some of this wording very confusing.
I found all that confusing. When
So-
can I go? When can I not go? Just tell me.
You basically, starting July 20th forward, you absolutely have to have a reservation to go to Magic Kingdom no matter what day of the week it is or what time of day it is. I didn't know that after 2 p.m. it was irrelevant and you could go at any park or whenever. I thought it was only on the... I don't know. So just make sure you're making your reservations in your app and doing that sort of stuff. So did you guys make a reservation to go to the parade?
Yes, I did.
I have not
Yeah.
yet. But
Yeah.
I need to.
Oh, I might be full by this point.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
but I would check that ASAP because
on
I
a
made mine
Sunday.
and it was still open. Yeah, on a Sunday again, like a weird debut date, right?
Yeah.
Like why July 20th? Why a Sunday? I don't know.
I know. I wonder if they'll do anything earlier for anybody, like cast members, pass
Oh,
holders.
hang
or
on a
anything.
minute.
What? It's the 18th is right? July 18th is
I'm
Disneyland's anniversary.
going to be
right?
over there
Thursday.
starting
Yeah.
the 24th of July.
Oh, well, how's that help us?
No, I'm thinking about myself personally.
Oh.
I'm going to be staying at Boardwalk for 4 nights.
Cool.
Well, then go see
With
it then.
training. No, I think it might be.
Oh, you think they're going to show you?
It might be something they're going to show us.
On of June? June 24th or July?
Teresa,
Oh,
your
okay.
microphone is way too far away from your mouth.
I
Can you
know
pull it
it.
closer? It's not the thing in front
I don't
of it.
like this
it's
thing.
the mic. I know. It's to help when you guys yell into the mic, though.
Am I closer now? Is this good?
Yeah, it's much
I
better.
was-
It's just I had to keep
I don't like
turning
this.
it up.
Can you
and
see me?
it's
Can you
getting
see
more
me?
my-
Is it good?
Well, I mean, you look in your camera and fix it.
I like this look.
It's giving me Wilson from Home Improvement.
Yeah, well, that's a good one.
Here I am.
I'm not sure if you mentioned this, but this is kind of like a small change up in pass holder park planning because you're not even able to go from like Epcot over to Magic Kingdom after 2 p.m. even. You have to have a
Oh, wait a
specifically
minute. I
a
didn't-
Magic Kingdom park reservation.
Really? So you
Yes.
can't even park hop over?
That's what I've heard.
Okay,
yeah.
because the wording in it was a little confusing, and that's where I was like, can you not park? Can you not do, like, on May the 4th, we famously have to go to Epcot first and then to Hollywood Studios. So I'm wondering if it's just like, July 17th is the anniversary of Magic.
Thursday.
Sorry, my
Disneyland.
cousin's birthday is July 18th.
Oh, okay.
That's why I always get it mixed up. But yeah, that'll be interesting to find out. Hopefully they clarify all of that. Yeah, but I'm excited. Let's move on.
All right.
Flavors of Florida. It's returning to Disney Springs this summer from June 27th through August 10th. More than 90 menu items inspired by Florida cuisine. from 45 plus locations make the biggest Flavors of Florida event so far. We do not have a foodie guide as of recording. Fan favorite food and drink selections have been promised to return. Beyond that, there are some fun activities that Disney Spring guests can enjoy on select dates. Talented chefs will be serving up free cooking demos as part of the Kroger Delivery Culinary Series. Be sure to register ahead of time. More details on that are coming soon. Disney Springs is also hosting exclusive pairing dinners where fine wines, craft cocktails, and local brews are matched with mouth-watering Flavors of Florida dishes. These ticketed events have limited spots, and again, more info on that is coming soon. There is also the Discover the Springs, sponsored by The Polite Pig, which is a playful, free scavenger hunt that leads you across Disney Springs that, when completed, will earn you a sweet little prize. Do we know what that prize was in the past? Was it like a, sometimes it's like
Usually
a soft
it's
serve or
little-
something?
Yeah, it's usually like a free Dole Whip.
Yeah. Curious to see what it'll be for that. But I think it's nice they're doing something like this a little extra at Disney Springs. It reminds me of how, like, when Disneyland has a celebration, like the 70th anniversary celebration going on right now, how that sort of like permeates throughout the resort. So I feel like it adds a nice element of something fun and exciting to do at Disney Springs to mix it up down there, for people that maybe, it's their first day of arrival or they're locals or something like that. It's just nice to have this. And a lot of times I like the Florida flavor stuff. It's usually like bright, citrusy sort of things. There's probably a good margarita involved in there somewhere. It's good.
Well, they said that the poutine dish that's returning, they use, is it called citrus something? It's a citrus ale that
Oh,
they
yeah,
use in
it's
the
like
beer
in the cheese, yeah.
And they're going to be using that ale in a few more dishes this year. So can't wait to see what they do with the beer.
Love a beer cheese. Love a beer cheese. Well, while we are talking about Disney Springs, there is also this like special ticket offer going on for Cirque du Soleil's Drawn to Life. This offer is running now through August 28th, and for a limited time, you can get one complimentary child ticket with the purchase of one full-price adult ticket at Thursday performances. So very specific. There's
Thursday at 3 p.m.
at 3 p.m. There are two shows on a Thursday. There's a bunch of details about it and restrictions and whatever. You can read more of that at wdwinfo.com. I don't think it's a bad offering, but I still haven't seen the show, and I don't know how. I guess Cirque du Soleil has been pretty kid friendly in the past. Have you guys seen Drawn to Life?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I have.
Have you?
What was the one before? Do you remember?
Lanuba from Cirque du Soleil.
Lanuba.
Lanuba.
You saw Lanuba, though,
I saw
right?
Lanuba several times with
Back
my
in the
children.
day, I don't remember very much about
Oh,
it.
okay. I was like,
Mostly from
which
the
one did
Disney
you like better?
televisions.
But
Yeah, I mean, Drawn to Life is certainly more Disney inspired. I think there's less Cirque acts though than what was at
Really?
Lanuba before. Yeah, there's like some bigger wow moments that I know were unfortunately, Drawn to Life was one of the COVID casualties of like cutbacks for certain acts, and I don't think they ever implemented them to what they were fully supposed to be. It's still a pretty cool show. It reminds me of like if they pulled off a Cirque show on Disney Cruise Line, it would be that.
Oh, okay.
So
interesting.
yeah.
Well,
Interesting.
that's it. Someday I'll see it.
Someday we should go. Grab a child on a Thursday and go. Rhino, you could go as my child on a Thursday.
Yeah, I'll just do the thing where I like tie my legs to the back of my pants. I'll do the Clifford.
And
One
we'll
of
put
Chloe's
lots of
favorites.
makeup
I
on
just
your
rewatched
beard.
that the other day. Look at me like a human boy.
Who's Charles Grodin, right? Isn't
Yes,
that
yeah.
There's also another offer that I actually thought was pretty good. It's in all four of the parks. So now through September 1st, you can book a Capture Your Moment photo session with Disney PhotoPass for $79 at any of the four Walt Disney World theme parks. So during this personalized 20-minute photo session, your photographer will capture the fun of your special day. Capture Your Moment sessions are a great upgrade. Yeah, I said it. It's June 1st. It's June. I said gay. It's a great upgrade for guests who have purchased all-inclusive photo download products such as Memory Maker and Walt Disney World annual pass holders with the PhotoPass downloads add-on, as all the photos are going to be included in that. If you're doing it separately where you buy the photos afterwards, I don't know that it is such a big deal. But I do have some questions about this that the article didn't really message, as it is only 20 minutes. I wonder if that includes multiple locations, or you have to stick to just like one location while you're doing it. Because I feel like I want it to be like 30 minutes, but I actually think to have a personal photographer in the theme parks for 20 minutes that price. So at that price with photos included, I actually don't think it's that bad of a deal. However, I only think that if we're getting like 100 photos out of it.
I think it's got to be just one location, because how can 20...
Well, that's the thing. Is it park dependent? Because at Hollywood Studios, we could go from Galaxy's Edge to Toy Story Land, or, not really the Muppets anymore, I guess. But you could get to multiple
in
backdrops
20 minutes?
quick. I mean, if you're a
with
pro,
a family, little kids, running through the park, knocking
family.
People out of the way.
See,
I don't see it happening. Out of my way! I've only got 5 minutes left.
Well, and that's the part.
Here,
That's sort of that part too, where I was like, is it just that one spot? Like, the photo. There were like 2 featured photos. One was a family in front of Millennium Falcon, and then was a girl dressed up in a Rapunzel dress outside of the bathrooms. Great. Who doesn't love being photographed outside of a bathroom? But like,
I still can't believe we don't have a Tangled ride.
Yeah. Especially in Magic Kingdom, you're like, wouldn't that have been a better use of that area? Whatever. I'm not getting into it. But that's sort of, I don't know. There's a part of me where I'm like, well, if it's an anniversary or a birthday present or something like that, that might be nice. Somebody just built a lightsaber and you want to, add on to it or something like that. What time of day can you do it? These sort of things I'm just really curious about. I think if it was 30 minutes, it'd be great. But I don't know. I just thought it was something to know. I'm very curious about it. It's so curious that there is a part of me where I'm like, oh, maybe we should try it and review it. But I want answers to it before. Because if you can only be in one spot, I don't know if it's worth it. But if you're telling me we could move all the way around, if it can be in one land, like if it's just Galaxy's Edge, and I can be like, I want to go over, I want the droid depot behind me, I want the Millennium Falcon, I want the TIE Echelon, I want, I want this guy, the Ronto robot,
Mm-hmm.
But just setting up each shot would use up.
I guess I'm thinking about how I take photos of people, where I'll be like, let's go. Chloe, lean against this button panel.
But then you're going to have crying children as they're being drugged
me crying.
I am going to be honest. I'm not thinking about it in the perspective of having younger children. I'm selfishly thinking about it in the perspective of like a couple or a group of friends or something like that. I do understand it would be a lot harder to get younger kids to be cooperative for that amount of time. I mean, think about poor, bless you, Owen.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hannah. Not throwing your kid under the bus, but this would be a challenge.
Ride
for him.
Dumbo for 30 minutes and just try to get a shot of us up in the air. Like,
right?
How does it work? I don't know. I actually have a story about it's kind of related to PhotoPass, because we took a young boy to go meet Mickey for the very first time.
Did you know him?
A few weeks ago? Yeah, it's my boyfriend's nephew.
Oh, you just didn't grab one out of the crowd.
Child.
He's about to turn 3. He's very smart for his age, and he was very excited to go meet Mickey. It's all he could talk about. So we went to go meet Mickey at Town Square. And you guys, I felt like a fool, because I have not met Mickey since they changed it to where Mickey doesn't talk anymore at Town Square.
Yeah.
The last time I met him, he spoke, and I hadn't been there since they took away an actual photographer taking the photos of the camera. Instead, I'm standing there watching my boyfriend's mother take the little boy up to go meet Mickey, and I'm just like standing from the sidelines, just like taking it in. And the cast member had to tell me like 3 separate times it like wasn't registering for me. She's like, "You're blocking the camera. You need to move away from the camera." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Because it's like built into the set now. I felt so silly, because when you walk in, you're looking at Mickey's wardrobe and like the vanity area, but there's a camera. Yeah. So they filtered out the photos in my Disney experience, but like half the photos I'm sure were just of my back, just like watching. It's like, okay.
It kind of. I hope one of the pictures looked like that girl standing in front of the burning houses, who's like,
yes.
Like, it's you, but Mickey in front of in the background.
I should have. Yeah. I did that actually just the other day. We were at Rise of Resistance from the Stormtroopers, and I did that exact pose, like looking back like that. But yeah, so it's just interesting that, that's such a popular photo spot, and there's no more actual photographer there. It's just a camera built into the wall.
Especially a place where you're like, oh, my kid met Mickey for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, or family photos. Like, it seems like, I don't know. That is one of those moments where I'd be like, there could be some extra magic in there. But, why do it while you're meeting Mickey Mouse, I guess, who
Yeah.
knows? Some
Yeah.
decisions like that I never really understand. But I do want to mention, because I wore this Rex t-shirt for a reason, or this polo, excuse me. At Disneyland, this is reason number 113 why I like Disneyland. Oh my God, I must have skipped this one by accident. I don't have
bumped it out.
Shoot, because I was specifically going to talk about what he looked like. Anyway, reason number 113 why I love the Disneyland Resort so much. There is a brand new limited time meet and greet with everyone's favorite Nervous Rex. Rex from Disney and Pixar's Toy Story franchise is greeting guests at the Pixar Promenade at Pixar Pier in Disney California Adventure as of June 1st in celebration of the 30th anniversary of Toy Story. I'm headed to Disneyland in 2 weeks, and I really hope to catch him there. Although Disney Park shared a video, and for some reason, his hands sort of freak me out a little bit.
Where? Let's see.
I can't. I told you guys I didn't make the slide
no.
by accident.
Well, why
all
talk
right.
about it?
Yeah,
Where's-
I can do it if you guys talk about it. I can't quite put my finger on
I'll
it.
talk
but
about it.
It's like his hands are a little too mobile. It'll literally just take me a second. Here.
I'll talk about
Turn
it.
it
So
over to you.
why is Rex meeting at Disneyland and not at Walt Disney World in the Toy Story Land? You know how we have is it the Typhoon Lagoon H2O Glow Nights that they have the Rex, the Party Source Rex?
Yeah.
Is
But
he
he's
actually there?
he's stationary. I think
He's
it's
a
like
statue?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a statue that just has like a Wallace
Just a man
Shawn
that stands there.
impersonator.
I'm
Yeah.
trying not to be bitter today, you guys, but this
Just today?
is too much today. I'm glad that Rex is going to be appearing at Disney California Adventure. That's a win for them. But hopefully that means that he'll come over to the West or the East Coast in the future, because we could use some Rex humor over here, you know?
Listen, Rex and Ham are my
yeah.
two favorite Toy Story characters, because I feel like they so much embody different elements of my personality. You know,
I don't think I can face that sort of rejection.
Here he is. So look closely at
Oh.
those like hand. I can't share the video, but there is a reel on the Disney Parks Instagram, and his hands kind of are moving around circular, like when he's
Mr.
waving.
Krabs, what the heck?
And it's like see how the crease in his arm, like where
His arm is
it's like human green opera gloves on human hands, but they are still
They should
split.
have built out the bicep more, because
Yeah.
Rex has like a stout, thick bicep into little arms.
All
I
right,
hold my
save
hands,
it for
I
your
hold my
fan
hands like
fiction
that
on
when
the
my
internet.
arms
You know what I'm
hurt.
talking about, though, right? I'm not talking about fanfic of
I'm
Rex.
talking
Come
about
on now.
it's on my my
ain't no
zine.
Jurassic
What do
Park.
the kids have? Zine, my live journal. I write at Rex
Wattpad.
Erotica.
Wattpad.
Yeah.
That they're turning into movies nowadays. Can you believe?
What?
Yeah, the Kissing Booth was a Wattpad story.
What was it called?
The Kissing Booth.
Wop
This-
pad?
Wattpad. Like
Watt-
a light bulb has watts.
Oh,
A Wattpad. I know.
I gotta get into this. Yeah, I am excited to meet him though. So I'm just gonna be real serious. But you know what I would love? A big ham, like a big ham. Why can't we Why isn't there ham somewhere where I can climb on and do one of these?
I
Like
know,
a
yeah.
little classic photo shoot, like it's my yearbook
Hey,
photo or something.
you get a ham cookie during Christmas time in Toy Story Land.
That is true. Oh my God, I didn't include it in this, but Zoe has an article on our Disney Info on WW Info.
Mm-hmm.
There are these new. I think Teresa, you'd be into this. Chloe maybe, but
Maybe.
have
Okay.
you seen these like bags? They're very like Tokyo inspired, but they're like plush
Yes.
bags.
Yes.
They're not backpacks. They're
There's a ham
crossbody.
one. Are you gonna get
Oh.
it?
There's a ham one, and he's got like a little soft corkscrew, and that was where I was like, "Girl, I am so tempted." Because there was a Stitch, there was a ham,
Lotso.
a Lotso, yeah. And the Lotso one looks too nice. Like it's kind of creeping me out a little bit.
Too nice?
Yeah, like he looks too happy, and I'm like,
Oh.
I don't trust you. You're a murderer.
I
Like,
know, he's really a cute staple for people, and he smells like strawberries, but he turned bad.
I'm like, he tried to burn those toys alive. Where's your sheriff now? Like, I'm
Exactly.
sorry. Yeah, come hang out and hang on to my hip. No, ma'am. Quick, Teresa, favorite Toy Story character? She's going to say Barbie.
Bo Peep.
Oh, all right. Bo
I
Peep.
like her.
Annie Potts?
I don't know, Barbie. No.
What do you think? What do you
She's not
hit
asking
me?
you, Chloe.
Woody.
Woody?
Somebody poison the water hole. No,
I
this
do
is,
like Woody. I
this
like them
might
all.
be-
They're all. It's an
I'm
ensemble
gonna tell
cast.
my TMI. I'm gonna tell my TMI story on the after show. I can't
wait.
talk about it now.
Okay. Okay, Mrs. Lightbeer.
What did you
Prove
do to
it.
Woody? Oh my gosh.
I mean, I love Buzz.
I do too.
But my friend Amber and I have a Tap House Talks where it's Buzz versus Woody, where she maintains that Buzz Lightyear is the worst character in the Toy Story franchise. And I say, unacceptable. I like him so much better than Woody. And we go, it gets very heated. So get ready for that.
I like the potatoes. This could be a whole big discussion. I like Slinky
I packed
Dog.
your angry
I
eyes
packed
just
your
in
angry
case.
It's just an ensemble cast for me. I love them all.
The first Toy Story is my very favorite Pixar movie.
Yeah.
I could watch it every day and still get something new out of it. Especially there was like that sweet spot of between growing up, I guess, that I got more of the adult jokes in Toy Story, and now it just like went up another echelon for me. Like, it is classic, so good.
Oh, especially the first one, especially.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I like them all, except for the fourth one shouldn't exist.
Yeah,
It's a
I
piece of
don't
garbage.
enjoy the fourth
Um,
one.
I like
And now
them
we're
all
getting
except-
5.
Well, the fifth one's premise sounds better, but there is a part of me where I'm like, I don't know that, like, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
It sounds like a recycled plot what the original third one was supposed to be. There's the backpack. Or it's not a backpack, it's a side bag. Look
You
at his
could-
little belly.
Oh,
he's
it's
so
cute.
cute. I know. I thought about him too. But he's got his little coin slot in the back too.
Yeah,
right?
that's why I'm like, I love that. And then I'll show the Lotso too, just because.
Yeah, show Lotso. Come on, show it.
Yeah,
to us.
hold on.
Show it. I want to see it now.
I can't believe I was like, no, I don't need to do this, and now I'm like really into this conversation. I'm like, sorry. I'm doing this all in real time here.
You could totally pull that off with like another little crossbody bag.
Well, I have so here's the Lotso. See, he's like too happy.
Yeah, he's.
But
cute.
he's so
Sweet.
if you're asking where you put stuff in them, clean it up. It's in the strawberry. He's wearing a backpack. So he has a
but they
backpack
didn't show
on.
the back of
Oh,
it?
No, the Stitch one they do
Yeah,
because
he's wearing a
Stitch has like
pineapple,
a
right?
pineapple on him.
So what's
and
Ham wearing? A coin?
I don't know because they didn't show his back either, and I can't
Ham's
see it
just
at
a
all.
big-
A
Pig back.
bacon.
Squeal for me. Jesus.
Stop.
This is getting. Save it for the after show, everybody. Hold on, I might as well just show the Stitch and just be done with this. Airdrop.
So these are these
Airdrop
available
complete.
now, or when were they dropping?
Oh,
Let me
I don't
look it
know.
up.
I don't
Let me
know.
look it up.
Find it well, because I have one more. I have one more story I want to talk about real quick before we finish it up for the day,
Yep.
or
I'm pulling it up.
finish up this story.
They are $29.99 each,
Okay,
So
that's
they're
not
little
bad.
then. They're little, right?
and
$30 though. They might not be. Here's the Stitch one, so people can see that too.
I have
See,
little measurements.
I
see,
see
it's
the
got
size.
the. It's like a regular
That's a pretty
size
good
plush.
size.
Like a little animal humping your hip. Oh, I don't know.
That's sort of the thing. It's very like, don't make me go. Don't let him take me.
Right?
Oh,
You
so
know,
this shows the
right.
back of Ham.
I don't
It's just a
wanna
little
go.
zipper. He's really cute.
Oh my God! So Ham doesn't have a backpack on. His coin slot is the zipper.
That's cute.
They're
That's
available
cute.
now. DisneyStore.com.
DisneyStore.com. Oh, we're
Yep.
getting thumbs down in the chat about this.
About talking
No
about it
one
or about
likes
what
the
they
Toy
are?
Story
I guess
plushes.
no one likes us talking about the
Okay.
merchandise. But if you are watching this right now, there's like 288 people. Let's hit those thumbs up button. I want to counteract this person who hates plush backpacks. I do want to talk about real quick. There's a deal right now that I thought was a pretty good deal for anybody that's maybe thinking about doing a cruise or something this summer.
Or something.
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 So there's two deals that are basically the same deal, but one is for Disney Visa card holders and one is for DVC members. If you book a cruise on the Disney Wish with your Disney Visa, or if you're already a DVC member, you can receive a $250 onboard credit. They can also save 30% on select stateroom categories with Disney Cruise Line offers, in addition to the Dreams Unlimited travel promotion where you can receive up to $1,000 shipboard credit. This offer applies to the following cruises aboard the Disney Wish specifically in August and September of this year. And two of these cruises are also Halloween on the High Seas sailing. So there's a 3-night Bohemian cruise from Port Canaveral. There's two of these. There's August 1st through the 4th and then August 29th through the 1st. And then there are a couple 4-night Bohemian cruises also out of Port Canaveral. That one is August 4th through the 8th, 11th through the 14th, 18th through the 22nd, and then September 1st through the 5th, and then the next two are Halloween on the High Seas sailing, which is September 8th through the 12th, and the 15th through the 19th. These savings can only be booked by calling Disney Cruise Line and will not be available online. And I am going to be 100% honest with you about this. I have heard horror stories about waiting online for the phones for hours about people when they try to book these sort of things. So this is that moment where people are like, why would I use a travel agent in 2025? It's this thing. I hate being on that hold. I had to do this for a Halloween ticket refund last year, and my God, the music drives me insane. Let somebody like Teresa do it for you instead.
Yeah. And this is a good reason to, if you're already booked on the cruise, invite friends or someone else to book another stateroom. This would be a good way to get someone to go with you.
Well, I just think because $250 credit right away, like to have on the ship, that's your souvenirs, that's your cocktails on the ship.
Gratuities could be your gratuities.
Gratuities. Actually, yeah, that's a really good point. It's sort of that cost you forget about a little bit. But then adding it to the Dreams Unlimited Travel stateroom credit, and then being able to get 30% off. And then also, if you book with Dreams Cruise, we send you out. If you're domestic, you get a gift basket with a bunch of stuff in it too. So it's just one of those things where I'm like, if you're somebody like me, every now and then I feel like my tiptoe into places is, especially with cruising, for me was a 3 to 4 night. That's the sweet spot. On the Wish class, like on the Disney Wish specifically, I think that's a good time frame. So if you're somebody who thought like, oh, maybe, you can also just reach out to a Dreams Unlimited travel agent just to get that quote, and you can back off and be like, oh, no, it's not for me, because that's what we mean when we say no obligation quote. But that's sort of my thing where I also talk about where I try to get people to go to Disneyland. I'm always like, well, 3 or 4 nights, tiptoe into that area and see if you like it or not. And it's sort of that, like, is it awful? Is it not, no, I don't want to say awful. Is it my speed or is it not my speed? Is it my bag,
Do
baby?
I want to book another? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which most likely, yes.
It does get in your system. I will tell you, the Treasurer had me like, oh, am I a Disney Cruise Line person now? So I'm excited for the Destiny coming out.
Oh yeah.
It's just something to think about. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. Good conversation. Thank you, everybody out here who has been watching live. Thank you to our listeners out there. Anybody who watches this back later. In the coming weeks, we are going to be live again next week, but then the following 2 weeks are going to be like pre-recorded episodes. So they're going to be a little more discussion-based. And if anybody has anything maybe they want us to talk about, potentially, whether it's for like trip planning or opinions on things, stuff like that, please reach out. You can send an email, podcast@disunlimited.com, or you can leave some comments on the YouTube video, or I know on like Spotify, if you're listening, you can leave some comments there as well. Before you go, if you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button and, subscribe to the channel, click the bell, you get notified whenever we publish any sort of content, which will hopefully be getting slowly a little more back on track with the Disney Dining Show. We have the DCL shows that go out on Sundays. For our audio-only listeners, we also have Connecting with Walt. There will be another Tap House Talks, like I said. So there's stuff coming. So just hang in there and bear with me while I go through this entire process of, losing a parent and get this all back on track. I throw it in there to be like, remember, my dad died.
Right now.
It's all right. I'm in the bubble right now. I talked about it in therapy where it's that thing where I can be like, hey, my dad died. Watch it. It's sort of that, like, bumped into me in a grocery store. Hey, my dad died. Get out of here.
You know what I'm going through?
Yeah. It's my way of coping for it. I'm basically Chandler Bing in real life. And, if you thought it was fun to be friends with that person, you're wrong. But thank you, everybody, for your continued support. We'll see you next week with another episode of the Diz Unlimited podcast. Remember, everybody, reach out today. Somebody you love. Tell them you love them. Somebody... do something nice to make the world a little bit of a better place. But it's as simple as holding the door open, sending a text. Doesn't have to be that much, but just do that for me. And we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.